No, I'm going to give it to you. Just stand here while I finish filling out your lineup sheet. You're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here, it's MLK weekend, which means only one thing. It is the Sin City Classic. I'm Rich Siegel with you. Joel Tremblay will join us in just a little bit. Roman Jimenez is putting my scorebook together. We are going to have a game here between the San Diego Scorpions and the Houston Cheetahs. We've already seen Houston in the first game that we did. They tied San Francisco Blackout 8-8, and this will be their second pool play game against San Diego. Houston will again be the visiting team. They were the visiting team in the first game. Ryan Williams is going to lead off for them here. And we are set to begin. First pitch of this ball game. Hits the plate for a ball. And it's 2-1. And for those joining us for the first time this afternoon, there is no courtesy foul as they want to keep things moving here. That pitch was an illegal pitch. It's 3 balls and a strike. And that pitch is a strike on the inside corner of the plate. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And again, the leadoff batter here is Ryan Williams. He swings and grounds one through into right center field for a hit. And so that's how this game will start for Houston. They'll bat Ryan Williams, Dustin Williams, Juan Regla, Rob Aguirre, Mike McBride, Brandon Salenga, Javi Sauceda, Jesse Morales, Frank Johnson, JoJo Hires, and Mike Wilkinson. Again, you might have heard the umpire say no courtesy foul. The batter is Dustin Williams. He takes the ball. Thank you, Roman, very much. Next pitch is swung on, hit into right center field. That is down for a hit. On the play, Ryan Williams will take second. So first 2 reach. 2 on, nobody out for Houston.
So if you were with us last game, we
Yep.
had one team where we only knew the first names. We've got, I think, first and last on both teams. And if it sounds like we know the Scorpions, it's partially because I do, because they are from our America's Finest City Softball League in San Diego.
Steve Wells is the pitcher for the Scorpions from San Diego. This is Regla. Force at third and out at first. It's a double play. That's Wes Gifford at third base, who fielded that ball on one hop, stepped on third for the first out, then on to first base for the second out. So as quickly as they had runners at first and second with nobody out, now it's just a runner at second base with 2 out, and we'll bring up Rob Aguirre.
And I think that's Zeke Thomas over there holding the
Is that who that
first
is?
base. Yeah. Holding the bag there at first. I don't think the Cheetahs were thrilled with that call, but there's nobody to appeal to. Just one umpire working the pool play games.
This is 3 balls and a strike after 2 pitches missed. And this one is hit to left field, and it's a fair ball. It'll 2-hop to the fence. A run will score, and it is 1-0 as Dustin Williams scores the first run of the game for Houston. That ball solidly hit by Aguirre. It won a couple hops to the fence, and he reaches on a double. And Houston is ahead 1-0. Houston's pitcher is Mike McBride, and he happens to be their batter right now. Bridges takes a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And this one is hit up the middle. That is in for a base hit. Here comes Aguirre. He will round third. He will score easily. Standing up, it's 2-0. Nice solid single for the pitcher Bridges. And we'll bring up Brandon Salenga. One on, 2 out, pitches deep. 2 balls and 1 strike. Next one to Salenga. He hits it off the second baseman's glove. There's a play at first, a little late. Ball was hit solidly. It was stopped by the second baseman, but not enough for the second baseman to make the play, and so it'll be runners at first and second with 2 out. And we'll bring up Javi Sauceda. Sauceda plays the outfield. There'll be a runner here as Dustin Williams will come in and run at second base for the pitcher Bridges. First and second with 2 runs into the inning. Here's a ground ball off the pitcher's glove into no man's land between third and short, and Williams is able to make third easily, and that'll load the bases for Jesse Morales.
But keeping it on the infield made sure that that run did not score. It's always tough. You get very excited to almost make that play on the mound, but if you can't get it in the glove, you never know where it's going to go.
Morales with the bases loaded. First pitch to him. He swings and hits one into left center field for a hit. Williams scores. Another run will score. There'll be no play at the plate. Salenga scores.
I believe Bridges and Salenga score, and Sauceda got to second on that one, but held there. And you mentioned earlier that there was a runner used, so it's a good time to talk about the courtesy runner. So
right
at any
ahead.
point in the inning, you can replace one runner once in an inning. Don't have to say who it is ahead of time.
There's a nice play by the first baseman Zeke Thomas on the ground ball hit by Frank Johnson, and that will end the inning. However, it's a good start to this game for Houston. They plate. I have 4. What do you have?
I have 4 as well, and we'll check with the blue. The blue is nodding at us.
Concur.
The blue concurs.
Can I have my lineups? Thank you.
All right, thank you. 4-0 our score here as we go to the bottom of the first. Alberto Quinn, Ryan Galassa, and I hope I'm getting these right, Josh Gnomes, Louis Villalobos, Julia Montano, Hugo Velasquez, Zeke Thomas, Wes Gifford, Kevin Holland, Steve Wells, Ralph Castro, and Steve Shepard will be the batters for San Diego. They will bat 12 in this game. That means they are using 2 extra hitters, and their sub leading the cheers from the bench is Anthony Pineda.
Heck of a sub. They have, that is probably their courtesy runner. It would not surprise me. Anthony is fast.
Mike Bridges is the pitcher for Houston. Frank Johnson, the catcher.
One of the reasons I was able to recognize Zeke out there was because he's one of the few left-handed players that we have, and so he used to play a lot of second or outfield, but a lot of teams have started moving him to first to enjoy that lefty advantage at first base, with the glove on the right hand in the hole.
Very smart. The high clouds that we had a little earlier seems to have drifted a little further away from us, and so we're seeing more of a brighter sky than we were a couple of hours ago. Let's see what my Android is telling me that the temperature is right now. And we are at 55 degrees. All right. Alberto Quinn will lead off for San Diego in the bottom of the first, and the first pitch is illegal.
So when we talk about illegal pitches, there's 2 ways the pitch can be illegal. If it doesn't make it 6 feet in the air, or if it goes over 12 feet, it can be called illegal.
There is a fly ball hit very well and deep to left field. It's a home run. We're waiting for the umpire's signal. It was hit. Oh, did it bounce? You saw it bounce? Okay.
Looks like it bounced over the fence.
I'm wearing glasses. Of course, they're doing me no good here. So it's a ground rule double for O'Quinn.
And this is Galasso.
Here is Galasso. Pitches inside. There's a base hit up the middle. O'Quinn will round third and score easily. So an RBI single for Galassa, and our score is now Houston 4
And San Diego's first run of the game, it's 4-1. Josh Nelms, the batter. Josh is their shortstop.
Umpire making sure the gates are closed just to keep everybody safe here. It's a big focus of softball.
Josh Nelms swings and hits one through into left field for a hit. Galassa will hold second. First three batters have reached for San Diego here in the bottom of the first.
Looks like he got jammed a little bit on that one. Didn't get everything he wanted, but enough to just have it roll right in between in that 5.5 hole there.
Luis Villalobos, the left center fielder for these Scorpions.
We have to work in 5.5 hole when you're from San Diego, just for Tony Gwynn. Where it's a requirement.
Oh, that's right. Good call, young man. Villalobos hits one to left field, and that's hit deep too. That ball is going to one hop to the fence. The bases will be loaded. Nah, they're going to wave the runner around. He will score. There's a play at third, but the runner there, that's Nelms, is safe. So it is a double for Villalobos, and he gets an RBI. Our score is now 4-2.
And he did get all of that one.
Julio Montano.
Another big bat. Julio can get it to the fence or over.
This is a fly ball into left center field. The ball is gonna drop for a hit. Left fielder tried to make the play. He had a long way to go. Left center fielder, I think, might have been fooled on that play because he hardly moved. On the play, Nelms scores. Villalobos will hold at third. There is still nobody out. It's an RBI single for Montano, and I'll bring up Hugo Velasquez.
And except for Nelms, there's some pop on these Scorpions.
There's a ground ball to shortstop, and by the shortstop into the outfield for a hit. And the fourth run of the inning scores. Villalobos scores. Montano almost caught sleeping as he strayed a little bit off of second base, but he manages to get back with a close play there. So now it's 4-4, and we'll bring up the first baseman, Zeke Thomas.
Zeke also with warning track power from the left side. Julio plays aggressively all the time wherever he is, outfield or on the bases.
Zeke Thomas, the left-handed batter, hits one into right field. The catch is made on the play. Velasquez tags and goes to third, and he's out. Or that's Montano. Montano out.
Yep.
Yes, Montano tagged up and tried to get to third, but he was thrown out. The putout will go 9-5, and so there are two outs in the inning. Velasquez held first. Wes Gifford will be the batter. And that pitch is a strike. 2-2.
Dropping just behind the plate there.
Pop up to the shortstop, and he tried to one-hand it. He drops the ball. The ball rolls. This will allow a runner to score. A wild throw made to the dugout in third base, and that'll allow the second run to score. Wes Gifford hit an easy can of corn to the shallow left field. The ball was dropped. The ball rolled. A wild throw, and 2 runs will score on that play.
Not your usual home run.
No.
So I've got this bases empty now, but 6 runs in. So 6-4 with the Scorpions in the lead in the bottom half of the first.
Kevin Holland, the batter.
Pitcher landing him right behind the plate.
He pops up. Batter is out. First pitch was a strike, and then on the foul ball there again with no courtesy foul, that's just another out. And so a foul ball out, and that is how the inning ends. It started 4-0. It ends 6-4 as the Scorpions score 6 times in the bottom of the first to take a 6-4 lead.
And we're confirming with the umpire he got 6 runs as well, so We'll be starting the top half of the second inning here with, I believe, JoJo Hears.
He'll be followed by Mike Wilkinson, and then we swing it back to the top of the order. Ryan Williams will be the third batter in the inning. JoJo Hires to lead off. He plays in the outfield for his team. Close the fence, Mr. Umpire requests. And the first pitch to Hires is hit in the air to right field. The ball hit well. The ball is tailing away from the right fielder, and it's going to go all the way to the fence. Hires around second. He is on his way to third. The throw comes in, and Hires will be held at third base. He might have been able to score, but there was no coach down there to start the inning, and so there was nobody to tell him what to do.
Yep, that's a manager's worst nightmare, is not being able to get that run home for getting it at that moment. You think it's not going to happen. You saw 23 coming around from behind the plate to get over there, but didn't have it right at the start of the inning and could cost him.
There's a fly ball hit into left field by Mike Wilkinson, and the ball is basket caught by the left fielder, and he makes a wild throw to the plate, and this is going to allow Hires to score. So JoJo Hires will score. There will not be a sacrifice fly on that play, and it's just an out and then an error on the throw, allowing the base runner to score. So it's now 6-5, and we swing it back to the top of the order. And wait a minute, what do you turn the lineup over? Is that
turn it over?
That's your lingo there.
Well, that's one of them. We'll try to come up with stuff. That's another one of those Romanisms that we use here on the Cloud Sports Network.
Ryan Williams, the batter, and he takes a strike.
I was a little surprised he threw that ball. I thought the runner was held when he came up just gunning.
You know, when something like that happens, you have to wonder if they were talking amongst each other out there. It's like, okay, he's not tagging, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. There's a fly ball hit foul down the third base line, and it drops in. So it is now 2 out on the foul ball out, and that'll bring up Dustin Williams. Williams has a single and a run scored in his first at bat. He hits one up the middle solidly and into center field for a base hit. 2 out base runner for Houston. They trail in the game 6-5. They're the home team, or excuse me, they're the visiting team in this game. Juan Regla, the batter, he hit into a double play in his first at bat. A ground ball to the third baseman, a force out at third, a throw to first. First pitch to him. Grounder to short. Wicket hop fielded by the shortstop on to second, and the runner is safe. Williams beats the throw. Dustin Williams beats the throw. Fielder's choice, no hit.
It was a nice recovery by the shortstop.
It really was.
Try to get the ball there. Almost had him after a little bit of a bobble on a really hard hit ball.
Here is Rob Aguirre, third baseman for this Houston team. He has an RBI double, and he scored a run in that first inning. First pitch to him is a strike called, 1-2.
Nice pitch over the outside.
There's a fly ball into left center field. The ball hit, well, it's got some carry and bobbled, but caught by the left center fielder.
I believe that one gets a da-na-na.
It surely does.
Be on the highlight reel tonight.
That's Luis Villalobos who made the play out there in left center field. And that is the inning. But Houston does score one. They get one of those runs back, and we go to the bottom of the second. It is now San Diego 6 and Houston 5 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And it looks like the pitcher, Stephen Wells, he's also the manager of the Scorpions team, will be leading off the bottom half of the second inning for the Scorpions. With the Rainbow Sox ready to go.
How many times did he bobble that ball before he About three or
three or four times. I thought he had it, came out. It was a nice job to keep it near his body so that he could just fall. Not sure he caught it as much as it landed on him in the end, but it worked out. It wasn't out anyway. Steven's another one who's been in AFCSL a long time. I think he was there before I was and has played for many teams and managed and pitched.
And so it's pitcher to pitcher. Here on the bottom of the second, and the first pitch is hit into left field for a hit. Solid single, fielded cleanly by Dustin Williams. Gets it back in easily. And so the leadoff batter is on, and Ralph Castro will be the batter. At least we think that's who it is, because he's wearing a sweatshirt, so it's covering his number. Here's a ground ball up the middle. That is through for a hit. Wells around second. He's going to go to third. There'll be no play. No play. So it'll be runners at first and third and nobody out.
Technically, the umpire doesn't have to let people wear things over their number, but usually when it's getting chilly, and I'm sorry, I'm not sure I believe your phone, the temperature right now, because it feels chillier than 55, but the umpire is being a little nice and letting people stay warm.
Steve Shepard, strike called. Shepard is the 12th batter in the lineup. He plays right field. Next pitch to him. A little high and a strike called. And he's out. Strike three called, one out. We go back to the top of the order. Albert O'Quinn, he has doubled and scored.
Shepard, at least a two-sport athlete. I've seen him play football as well.
O'Quinn grounds one to third. Nice hop fielded by the third baseman. He throws the second, and the force out made. 5-4 on the play. Aguirre to Morales.
Actually, a nice play there to make that choice, because I don't think he was going to get O'Quinn headed to first. He's too fast. So held the runner at third and got that out at second. It was a nice play.
Ryan Galassa has an RBI in this game. Takes the ball. After taking another ball.
Scorched up the middle last time.
And he walks. Haven't had too many of them today.
No.
So Wells at third. O'Quinn at second. Galassa at first. Josh Nelms the batter. He takes the strike.
Nelms hit that little roller right in the 5.5 hole last inning.
Swung on and grounded to short. Takes a bad hop off the shortstop's glove. Wells scores. O'Quinn will hold at third. Ball might have hit him.
Yeah, the ball took a wicked hop off the shortstop's glove there. Not sure where it might have hit him.
So, maybe nicked him in the face.
Looks like he might be coming in. So we'll have to see how they move the defense around here. They are batting 11, so they have one extra player on the bench who could come in and play somewhere.
So Frank Johnson, who was catching, is going to right field. JoJo Hires is coming to catch. I couldn't see the number of the man who was down there. So we'll get that for you as soon as we can. Meanwhile, the bases are still loaded for Luis Villalobos.
He hit the long fly ball to the warning track last inning, so.
And the first pitch to him. He hits a fly ball to right field. It will be caught by Johnson. And that is how the inning ends.
Hey, we matched their one, guys. We matched their one, so let's hold them now.
A little surprised, honestly, to see him hit it over there. That would have been been a great place for your home run in C-ball there with the bases loaded, and he looked like he was the kind who might be able to do it from the last at bat. But just a fly ball to right field.
So 3 are left, however, 1 run does score. And if my math is correct, our score is now 7-5.
And we'll go to the top of the 3rd inning with Bridges coming up to bat.
Mike Bridges will be the leadoff batter as this time Houston is making absolutely certain they have someone coaching third base to start the inning.
Lots of times the manager coaches one of the bases, but the other base is kind of revolving, and I think because Houston's over there by the first base dugout, that's why nobody had jumped over to third right away. But as you said, they've got it covered for this inning.
They do indeed. The first pitch to Mike Bridges is thrown by his counterpart, Steve Wells. Deep. 2-1. That pitch is deemed illegal, ball 3.
Nice, right over the inside corner.
Strike called, it's 3-2. And that pitch is outside inside rather, for ball 4. So, since you're a pitcher, what is it that makes an umpire's call like that? What makes it illegal?
So if it's illegal, so the rule, though it's easier to apply lower than higher, is the ball has to get at least 6 feet in the air at some point in its path, and it can't go above 12 feet. Okay. So a lot of umpires, to my understanding, they pick a spot that is 6 feet, something on the horizon or a tree or the pitcher to try to judge that, and then it's harder to see where the 12 feet is. So sometimes you'll be watching and wondering, that pitch seemed really high, and it'll be okay. It's all up to the umpire.
Brandon Salenga takes the first pitch for a ball and then hits a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. Juan Regala's now regular runner who's running at second base for Bridges. Javi Saucedo will be the batter.
Most pitchers are okay as long as the umpire is consistent with what is a strike and calls it legal. The batters prefer they call it legal loudly, just so that you can know. You can swing it at a legal pitch and the ball is in play if you do.
There's a line drive to the first baseman. And nice play by Zeke Thomas. That's the first out in the inning.
Zeke ready to come up throwing if he had strayed from second base at all. Took a look at first as well, but everybody held.
And that'll bring up Jesse Morales. 1 out, 2 on. Jesse swings and hits a ground ball through. What did you call it? The 5.5 hole for a base hit. This will play to run. There's a play there, but the ball gets past the catcher, and that'll allow the runners to move up to second and third. Regla was running for Bridges, and he scores. And now the other 2 runners on the plate move up to second and third. Morales at second, Salenga at third. Frank Johnson will be the batter.
That play kicked up a little bit of dust here in front of us, but the cloud is kind of clearing to the left now.
And the score is now, and so now the score is 7-6. I wish you could have heard what Roman just said. There were a lot of groans. You want to say it again? No? Okay, you're good, huh? First pitch is a ball.
And again, if the ball hits the plate, it's going to be a ball no matter what the earth is going to be.
Johnson takes the pitch inside. And Wells is 1 pitch away from loading them up.
And he could be pitching around him a little bit here, knowing he's got first base open.
There's a fly ball hit foul down the right field line. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Frank.
And this is where, to me, not having a foul to give makes the difference, because if there's another foul to give, the hitter can try to paint those lines one more time, but now he's got to try to put it a little more safely in the field line.
So the count is full, 3-2. Wells to Johnson. And there's a fly ball hit into right field. The ball will drop for a hit. 1 run scores. Morales will hold third. Salenga scores. That's the 2nd run in the inning, and that ties our game.
We are all tied up at 7-7 right now.
Here's JoJo Hires. He tripled his last at bat and lines one just over Jesse Morales' head, and it went foul. A ball and 2 strikes.
A couple of feet to the right, and that one definitely would have run into runs.
Hires went opposite field in his first at bat. He swings and hits one to left field. Maybe Morales is going to tag, and he will score. And now they have a play at first base, and they're going to get. Oh, they call him safe. Morales will score. The play came back into the second baseman, and they almost had Johnson doubled off at first base, but he's called safe. Morales scores, and so Houston takes the lead, and the 3rd run in the inning, and that'll bring up Mike Wilkinson.
And 2 down in the inning, and a strike there.
The next one is about 14 feet instead
14
of 12.
feet, yeah, and you saw the umpire's arm go out straight with the fist clench. That's the sign for illegal.
And the next one swung on. That's hit deep to left center field. It'll stay in the field. It is caught by the left center fielder, and that is how this inning will end. The put out made by Villalobos. However, Houston does score 3. So after coming into this half inning trailing, they now lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd for San Diego. The score is now Houston 8 and San Diego 7.
So, sort of a boring catch out there in left center this time after the last one that just sort of bobbled and landed on him for the out.
Montano, Velasquez, and Thomas will bat for the Scorpions here in the bottom of the 3rd. Montano has an RBI. He got a single his first at bat.
Montano, another two-sport athlete, plays flag football. Great quarterback. Also a fullback, can play receiver, good speed.
First pitch swinging, nice stopping stab at third base by Aguirre. On to first base for the out. Regla gets the put out. First pitch, a solid hit down the third base line, fielded by the third baseman, and that's the first out here. Montano out 5-3.
That was a really nice play. That ball was scorched.
True hop taken. That always makes things easy for an infielder. Here is Velasquez. He has scored a run, he has driven in a run, and he has another hit as he hits one solidly into left field for a single. Hugo Velasquez reaches. And that is the first baseman here in the bottom of the 3rd. Will bring up Zeke Thomas, who hit a fly ball to right field to Frank Johnson in the previous at-bat. Well, Frank wasn't playing right field at the time. He is now. He started out as the catcher. They had to make a few changes. Here's the first pitch to Thomas. It's inside for a ball, 2 balls and a strike.
Just nice, kind of cutting across the plate from left to right.
And that pitch just catches the block on the inside corner of the plate.
Looks like they're trying to jam Thomas and get him to hit to right field.
And he hits a ground ball foul down the first base line. He's out. Wes Skipper, the batter. In his first at-bat, he hit a little pop-up into shallow left field. The ball was dropped. On the play, an outfielder made a wild throw to third base, and on a weak pop-up, West Gifford he hits a can of corn to left field, and the play is made out there, and that is the third out. So that was one of the quicker innings that we've had. No runs, a hit, and one left on base. We go to the top of the fourth. Our score remains the Houston Cheetahs 8, San Diego Scorpions 7 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And in the fourth inning, we should have the top of the order for the Houston Cheetahs, the Williamses, and then Regla. Umpire cleaning up the plate with a little brush.
Ryan Williams, who got hurt on a ground ball that hit a bad hop and must have caught him somewhere in the face. He came off the field under his own power. He is going to bat, so he is apparently okay, and he swings at the first pitch and hits one to left center field. It drops for a hit.
Definitely looked okay on that swing. Beautiful little liner out there. Nothing you can do about it.
And that'll bring up Dustin Williams now. On the back of Dustin Williams' jersey, it says Cairo.
I was noticing that as well.
One on, no out. A legal pitch. That's about the third or fourth one I think we've had today. And once again, Houston just a tad late getting a coach at third base. Here's the next pitch.
There you go.
Fly ball into left field, drops for a hit. That's Dustin Williams. Ryan Williams will hold at second base. And the batter is Juan Regla.
Yeah, not sure what is on the back of these jerseys. They're not the players' names.
There must be nicknames. Regla. It's a fly ball into left field. That ball is hit shallow. That ball drops for a hit. Everybody will move up a base. The ball is bobbled, and that will allow Ryan Williams to score. It's Dustin Williams taking third and Regla to second.
Not a lot on that hit, but landed in the perfect spot.
Rob Aguirre, the batter, the third baseman. He's got power. And he hits a grounder to second. It takes a hop, goes over the second baseman's glove into right center field for a hit. Dustin Williams scores. Juan Regla scores. Two more in the inning. And that makes it, if my math is correct, 11-7.
11-7. And Aguirre on first and Bridges to the plate.
Bridges has scored twice in the game. The first pitch to him, it's 11-7 for Houston. First pitch is inside for a ball. And there's a base hit into right field.
Go, baby!
And the other runner to third, that's a pinch. Looks like a pinch. Here's Brandon.
Wells coming off the mound there for a second. Is that Gifford?
I'll let you identify who that could be.
I think I saw the number. I think that's Wes Gifford with the mask on pitching now. So new pitchers get a few pitches, usually around 4 or 5. And the blue helping us out there, that is Gifford, 49.
Aguirre is the runner at third base. There is a pinch runner at first base, and I believe that's Dustin Williams. So it's runners at first and third.
And Wells was throwing strikes. He'd walked a couple people, but not too bad. I think they just wanted to change this up. Felt like maybe they were getting too good a read on him.
Salenga takes one deep. It's 2-1. And he takes that short. It's 3-1.
This is always the tough thing with a new pitcher.
3 balls and a strike. Up the middle, off the pitcher's glove, and into center field for a hit. Aguirre score. The ball is bobbled again in the outfield. That'll allow Williams to come all the way around. There'll be no play. And Dustin Williams scores. 2 more runs in the inning.
And it looks like Salenga made it to second there.
So it'll be a single and then an error, and it'll bring up Javi Sauceda. Javi has a single. He is lined to the first baseman, and the first pitch to him, he swings and goes oppo, and he hits it foul to the right field side.
Ball was outside. It can be a little bit tough to come in the middle of the game and pitch, especially, I know for myself, I haven't played since the Autumn Classic in October. There's not a lot of tournaments except Palm Springs over the holidays,
Yeah.
so a lot of these folks haven't played in a couple months.
Wes Gifford's pitch. That is swung on and hit into center field for a hit. A run will score. The ball bobbled in the outfield again. That will allow Javi Sauceda to go all the way to third base. 1, 2, 3. This is the 6th run in the inning. There is still nobody out. And now they have a runner at third base. A single and another error in the outfield, and Jesse Morales will be the batter. I wonder if it's just not, well, no, it has to be a true outfield because Roman said it's turf.
It's turf, yep.
Fly ball hit into center field. And the ball is caught by the right center fielder. That's Holland. However, it's a sacrifice fly RBI as Sauceda scores. And that's just the first out in the inning. That is the 7th run in. It is now 15-7. And that brings up Frank Johnson. First pitch to Frank.
And that was, I believe, that catch out there was the first out of the inning.
It is. Frank Johnson takes the first pitch high. And the next pitch is hit opposite field for a base hit. Ball fielded cleanly by right fielder Steve Shepard. Frank Johnson reaches. He's a 1-out base runner here in the 4th inning. His team up big right now at 15-7. JoJo Hires the batter. JoJo has a double, a run scored, and he has flied to left. Right-handed batter. JoJo Hires. Swings and goes opposite to right center field for a hit. And Frank Johnson will hold at second base. The ball bobbled by the infielder on the throw-in, but no advancement by either base runner. And Houston stringing together one hit after another, taking advantage of a few outfield bobbles. They now have runners at first and second with 1 out. And this is Mike Wilkinson, who has flied to left and flied to left center, and he takes the strike.
He's been hitting to left center, but this inning there's been a lot of action to right field, up the middle into the right.
There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Another bad hop off the second baseman's glove into the outfield. Johnson will score. Hires trudges to third, and on the play, Wilkinson takes second. Ball gets by the second baseman on the throw-in, or rather the shortstop, but backed up by the third baseman. And a run has scored. It'll be runners at second and third, and still just 1 out, and we get back to the top of the order. Ryan Williams started this inning with a single. He bats for the 2nd time in the inning. He's working on a 2-for-3 afternoon so far with 2 singles.
I'm sure they're happy to be batting around, but it messes with my scorebook, so I don't like it.
Oh, that's right. I have to make sure that I don't mess the inning up. Here's the next one. There's a strike called.
And other than that ball to second with a bad hop, these have been clean hits. I don't think it was anything about the pitching of Wells that changed when he went out.
Little fly ball into right center field. It drops for a hit. Hires will score. Wilkinson held second. It's a base hit for Ryan Williams. It'll bring up Dustin Williams. There is still just one out in the inning. Dustin Williams has a single in this inning, and he is working on a 3-for-3 game. And hits one in the air to right field. Ball is caught. There's no one at third base, so there's no run. It is now runners at first and second with 2 out. I have 9 runs in this inning. Is that what you have?
I
too?
agree. I have 9 runs
Okay.
in, so that's 17 total.
And there's a ground ball to Thomas at first base. It takes a bad hop off his glove into the outfield for a hit. Williams will score, or rather Wilkinson will score. Williams comes to third. That's Ryan Williams. That's 10 in the inning.
Not only a tough hop there, but I think the runner screened him, which is absolutely legal, but is really tough when you can't see the ball for that split second as it's hopping.
Rob Aguirre singled and scored earlier in the inning. He takes a ball. Rob is 2 for 3. And there's a fly ball on the infield in foul territory, caught by the third baseman. When they made the change, there is a new third baseman who wears number 33. And that's how this inning ends. However, 10 runs plated for Houston in the top of the 4th inning, and their lead is now 18-7. Help me out here. I don't have a 33 for Houston. For San Diego. Do you?
I think it might be 38 Ralph Castro who was moved into third. I didn't. They made a couple other changes, I think, in rotating Wells out of there, and so it looks like I think Castro ended up at third base. Wells over there getting his team together. A little bit of cheer action to try to come out of this deficit.
Try to get a time hit as to how much is left in this game. We know the next game on this field is going to be between the Texas Thoughts out of Austin and a team from Long Beach. Let's see if we can get a time left. Time?
So the
So less than 3 minutes.
Oh, 2:39 is clock time, not the actual this time.
So what you're hearing is 2 minutes and 39 seconds left on the umpire's clock in the game.
So this is going to likely be San Diego's last at bat.
Brings up an interesting bit of strategy. We'll see what they do here, how it starts out.
Okay.
Sometimes if it doesn't start well and you don't think you can make it up quick enough, you'll try to get out of the inning so there's one more.
Well, Kevin Holland swings at the first pitch and hits a line drive into left field for a base hit. So Anthony Pineda is going to be the batter, and he is going to bat for Steve Wells.
Wells is a good batter. Pineda with a little more speed and a good batter as well. Often in pool play, you just try to get everybody in a little bit, get them going, get the bats going. Switching the balls around here.
All right, they got everything straightened out here. The first pitch to Pineda is deemed illegal for a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike. And that pitch is inside, ball 3-3-1. Another pitch is low, so it's first and second. And we'll bring up Ralph Castro.
And with nobody down, I think they're gonna play through this inning. So this is probably gonna be the last inning, no matter what.
Yeah. Castro goes up the middle, base hit. Holland around third will score. Pineda will hold at second. It's 18-8. It's never over until it's over. Here is Steve Shepard. And he goes after the first pitch and hits one foul. And the clock says time has expired. They'll finish out the inning because San Diego is the home team in this game.
Okay, we're at the end of regulation play. We finished the balance of the inning.
Grounder to short, underneath the shortstop and into left field for a hit. Pineda dancing around third will come in and score. Castro almost caught off second base, but he manages to get back in. Another run in for San Diego. And it is now 8. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. The Scorpions are not done yet. 2 in, 2 on, nobody down.
Pineda, who just scored, is going to come in and run for Castro. Albert O'Quinn will be the batter.
And now that time has expired, there's no time pressure on anything. People can take their time with the swings or the hitting or the pitching.
A base hit to left field. Pineda around third. He will score easily. Throw comes in over the shortstop, backed up by the third baseman, Aguirre. And it is runners at first and second, but now 3 runs have scored.
I think if there were a way to have 2 courtesy runners in an inning, Pineda would be back out there.
Probably so. It is now 18-10. And bringing up here Ryan Galassa. Galassa takes a strike. The ball in 2 strikes. There's a ground ball to shortstop, fielded by the shortstop. He makes a play to Morales at second base. And that's the first out in the inning. Play made. I don't think that's Ryan Williams playing third, a shortstop, but whoever is out there, I couldn't see, we still can't see the number, but regardless, it's runners at first and third for Josh Nelms. Nelms goes after the first pitch and hits one to right field down the line. It's a fair ball. The ball was dropped by Johnson in right field. No, it's a foul ball. Umpire has just changed it. He first pointed fair, but now he realizes it was a foul ball.
Those can be a little hard to judge when the glove when they comes off the glove, but if the glove was in foul territory, it's a foul ball. And, you know, back on that last play, it's always flashy to go for a double play, but I think it was smart not to try to get that runner at first. If that throw goes wild, you can throw yourself right into a big inning. So nice to just get the out and then get back to the game.
That's right. Josh Nelms swings and hits one into right center field. The ball is down, gets by the right center fielder, goes all the way to the fence. A run has scored. Here comes another man home. Is he? Yes, there's going to be no play. No play. As Galassa scores and on the play, Nelms takes third. And that's 5 in the inning.
Nothing in the air, Luis.
Luis Villalobos, the batter.
5 down, 6 more to go to tie the game.
18-12. This is just like the last game.
It is like the last game.
Villalobos bats for the 3rd time. He's 1 for 2. He swings and hits one into left field for a base hit, and Nelms will score. Field 4, I think, is the place to be if you like offense, because we've had a whole lot of it here today. Julio Montano. He goes into left field for a base hit. Well, Villalobos will hold at second. It's runners at first and second, and still just 1 out. There's going to be a runner. Steve Walls is going to come in and he's going to pinch run.
No, actually, I think they were swapping first base coaches there.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
I think,
Is that what they were doing?
Yeah, I think whoever was at first is going to be up soon. So I think Wells is actually just going to coach first. Montano has good speed, so
So there's going to be a pitching change too. Frank Johnson is going out to the mound.
again, other than to Pineda, not really a lot of walks. So probably just hoping to change it up, try to show the batters something different since they're kind of zoning in on things.
Mike Bridges, who is affectionately known as Booty Bridges, is now coming behind the plate. We have runners at first and second. And the first pitch is fly into right center field. It's hit shallow. It is caught by the right fielder. That's Regla. Regla is now playing right field. They've made a lot of changes after the injury, and that is the second out.
So the Scorpions with six runs in the inning. They need 5 more to tie, but they're down to their last out.
And that is Zeke Thomas. And he takes the first pitch for a ball, 2-1. Thomas swings and fouls one. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The ball is out of play.
Classic little pitching move there, giving him one outside and then one inside that he pulled.
So Villalobos is running at second and Montano running at first. And Zeke Thomas tries to keep the inning going for his team. Swung on and hit to right field. The ball got some carry, but Regla makes the catch, and the game is over. San Diego gave it a good try. They score 6 in the inning, but that's not enough. They needed a few more than that. Our final score in this game will be the Houston Cheetahs 18. Let's see if my math is right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. And the San Diego Scorpions 12. 12, 11. 7 and 5, 7 and 6,
No,
13. 18, 13. Houston 18 and San Diego 13. So Houston, we've seen them twice today. They tied their first game. They win this game. San Diego will have another game to play, and that will be where we end. Again, our final score in game 3 for us today, the Houston Cheetahs 18 and the San Diego Scorpions 13 here on the Cloud Sports Network. Are we breaking?